Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. How to create news blogs or blogs on any topic as a media so that your articles are tailor made to each topic, each subject, and it is timely and topical. So I'm going to show you how by just using one AI tool, that is Perplexity, where you can accomplish a lot of these things. One important thing I want to mention here is that a lot of these AI agents, which they ask you to create, which involves like multiple links to like ChatGPT or Perplexity, Gemini, some imaging, and some other rewriting text for the blog and all these things. I'm going to do everything in just Perplexity with just one quote as what it should contain. So let's begin with the main presentation here. And first of all, I'm going to show you what the actual blog looks like. Here I said, so you want to be a doctor, your ultimate guide to medical school and beyond. Here it came up with an introduction to medical schools. I want you to pay attention to these subheadings because these are things that we put in. I did this article to start with this because I'm supposed to make a presentation to about 40, 50 high school students about the medical profession. I said, what is the best way to make a presentation is to write a blog about it and get all the latest information as it pertains to various aspects related to the medical profession. And I've been in the medical profession more than 60 years, but what I learned as a medical student is history. So what is the need today in the medical profession is entirely different. So I'm going to explain to you exactly how to get this one. And as a media person, we want each article to be separate, independent, and it is written on the merits of the topic. Because I have written blogs on Ukraine-Russia war. I have written topics on world affairs or on like science. Any topic I can write a blog, but everything has to be tailor-made so that it doesn't look like a cookie cutter article and that will drive away people. So let's look at the final presentation. So you want to be a doctor, ultimate guide to medical school. And here it is, introduction to medical schools. It tells you, a little bit about the medical schools, medical school course and training duration. They are all covered. And after that, here we have what are the prerequisites to enter a medical college. And then it talks about the top medical schools, how many students they take, and what is their acceptance rates, college fees and living expenses, and what should a high school student and college students focus upon, and extracurricular activities that are helping you to get extra points. And the final advice, medicine is a lifelong journey. It is not a destination. Just because you get a degree doesn't mean you accomplish everything in your life. That is just a ticket to the future, which may span over 60 to 80 years, depending upon how long you practice. So, and then finally it has a summary, then it calls for action. It said, if this article has inspired you, please share it on your social media. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn for latest updates on medicine, career tips, and healthcare tips. So these are the things, and it also gives us some pictures here. I don't know if I can see the pictures here, but anyway, in the earlier version, I got some pictures here. These are the things that, or I can go to Google Images and search for the pictures. How did I get this blog to be so well structured and presented in a logical manner? Before I get to that, I want to tell you tomorrow what I'm going to do is I usually don't give lectures. I usually don't make a PowerPoint presentation or anything. I just go to question answers. I say, how many of you are interested in going into medical profession? What kind of questions do you have or concerns that I might be able to answer? But this time I'm going to do something different. That is, I'm going to tell everybody to take out their smartphones, go to my Facebook page here, and here's my Facebook page, and let me go to my profile here, and of course I just posted here Michael DeBakey High School healthcare profession for an accelerated medical program. It is an entire article which was used along the same lines, and you can see the blog and also a picture of Michael DeBakey High School for healthcare professionals. But anyway, so let's get to the actual article which I presented here, and here's the article on Indian diplomat Jai Shankar, Indian ascendance, diplomacy, security, and pragmatism. And it talks about all his point of view as a foreign minister and diplomat, and he's on Russia and Ukraine. You can go to my page and look at that's Nik Nikam, and here's about Trump's tariffs on India and all the topics covered here. But let's get to our medical blog. Where's my medical blog? Okay, here's my medical blog. So you want to be a doctor, getting into medical school. All right, so I just got the picture from Google Images. You can go to Google Images and select the most appropriate one. Now let's look at this. Of course, this was every time you ask the same questions with slight variation in one word, it gives you a totally different blog altogether. Now here's what this first time when I tried it, the article looked like: introduction to medical field, overview of medical school pathways, prerequisites, and it talks about the topics needed. And here it is competitiveness and acceptance rates and costs and scholarships. Come down here. What are the things the students need to be focused upon, like advanced science, STEM program, extracurricular activities, which ones are helpful to them. And finally, it's a lifelong journey. It is not a destination. So this is an article which was created by this one. But how do we get Perplexity to write this whole thing with just one AI search engine? So here's what I'm going to give you some important tools. I would say put this in a Word document. This is what it's going to be like that. So you want to be a doctor. Headline: craft attention-grabbing headlines, subheadings, search engine optimization friendly subheadings. Give an outline of the organization, the contents before writing all these things. Then topic. Of course, the topic, this is something, it has to be different for each blog. That's what makes the whole article different. Otherwise, if it's a cookie cutter blog, you just insert every day and then put it on LinkedIn or Facebook, people are going to lose interest because when the format is exactly same. So this is where your AI comes into play. What you use on a digital AI on the computer is just spilling out your views, but your views, what you want to put in the article, should be here. This is introduction to medical schools, stats, years of training, postgraduate training, job opportunities. What are the prerequisites and things like that? College fees and extra living expenses. What do high school students need to focus upon? What are the extracurricular activities that can get extra brownie points? Then you need to talk about the tone of the writing. Engage readers with conversational tone. Write in a way that feels natural, readable, uplifting, using examples, short paragraphs. Then structure, subheadings. If you want bullet points only, then you can use bullet points. Then you should call for action in your article always. And that's what I have done. And if you look at it here, I took this same thing and I'm going to show you. And there are some, then a summary, and then you tell it to find some images. But you don't need to, because if you're writing a newspaper article or a journal article, all you need is one or two pictures. We already have a table there, which is a very important table for the readers. And there are some more additional things that, maintain consistent blogging schedule, things like that. Proofreading is very important. Use proofreading in a Word document if you want. Use proofreading on like Facebook, where I usually post my blogs. And keep sentences clear. Keep the paragraphs no more than 4 to 5 sentences, short paragraphs. Make the content unique with your personal style. And these are some of the guidelines. And basically, you can just copy this template and modify it for any different topic. And I say modify because as I showed you on my Facebook, I have topics which are totally different from different corners of the world when it comes to covering media aspects. So let's get back here and see how we got this variation of medical school, this one. So this is where the blog was. So you want to be a doctor. I said headline, craft attention grabbing things, create outlines, contents, good flow. Then write short paragraphs, introduction to medical schools, what are the prerequisites, the things which I showed you in the Word document, tone, engagement. These are all the things I just copied and put them here, and this is what I did in a call to action. And finally, this is what the article came as the first time. The same contents here, and what are the MCAT scores, you need all these things, and call to action. But I was not happy with what I got. So I told it to create a table of 6 top medical schools, number of students they accept, and acceptance rates. So it created this topic, and also it created another chapter which I asked medical school courses and training durations. Then it just separate, just like here's the 2 questions which I asked, and it created 2 separate paragraphs. I said, I want you to add the training years and rewrite the entire blog. And this is what the final blog is like, from here to here. So let me highlight this blog. As you can see, and it comes, you can just make a screen copy of this particular, for example, we can make a screen copy of this and include as an image. So you have a nice table without losing the formatting. So you can save this, and then you save one of the pictures that was shown earlier. And then you get all these things. Let me go ahead and post this on how I post this on my Facebook. So I'm just going to delete it, but nonetheless, it takes me less than 10 minutes to create this blog. Of course, I have to add my name, and I have to add some followers and some highlights and anybody else I want to get in. Then see, you can specialization, correct the spelling, go back and copy the rest of the stuff, whichever it did. Let's see, where did we stop here? Specialization. So that one, 5 to 6% is okay. Then we're going to come back here and copy these things. Summary, call to action. Okay, this is what I need. I got all these things. So I have all these things. Now I want to add images. I can delete whatever I don't need. Call to action. Then we go back to the blog here, and let us see. Let's say we like this image. So there are lots of images here. So let's just take this one and copy this. Copy the image, go to the Facebook, paste it here, and where's my screen copy? Control C, then Control B. Okay, I got these 2 images, and as you can see, I have the entire blog ready to be posted in less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Since I'm giving a presentation, it's probably taking a little longer, but it tells the whole story. So when I go for the meeting tomorrow, and during my presentation, I'm going to ask people, if they don't know what to ask, I'll tell them, I want all of you to take out your, I'm sure you all have cell phones, you go to the Facebook and look for my name, Nik Nikam. Under that, you find a heading, you want to be a doctor. And read that one, and it will tell you all the things that you need to know. And then if you have questions, I can answer some of those questions, or I can answer, I just can look at my headings here, and then I can talk about those paragraphs, because I've been in the medical field for 60 years, so it doesn't take me much to just look at the title and then talk about what are the things that are covered in that particular topic. So this serves multi-purpose. Number one, I can write a blog on any topic. So I'm just going to skip this one. Okay, let me just save it for this sake. All right. Okay, it posted it. So there you go. See all these pictures, and here's the entire blog. How nice it is. What do you think? Okay, I want to show you some of the other blogs I have done. This is Michael DeBakey High School for Accelerated Medical School program. And here's a program. So this is the first one I did, which the table, I should have made a copy of the table, but anyway, I just posted them here. But this came out extremely good also. And I found this picture on Google Images. And here's a topic on Indian Foreign Minister about his view of Indian diplomacy, security, and pragmatism. So that's a totally different. It's like a political world affairs. This is war. What will it take for Russia to end war? It's a beautiful blog which was written with the history of why the war started, what Putin wanted to get the message across, and the human toll that has taken, and also can Ukraine sustain massive military Russian power, Putin's ultimate goal, what does Putin want to end, and all these things. And it's also showing the map exactly what he wants, which they don't even control at this time. This is about tariffs on India, 50% tariffs on India. Entirely different topic altogether. And in that way, if you look at Taylor Swift, she got engaged, I created a topic about Taylor Swift. I don't even know Taylor Swift music, or I don't even understand the lyrics of a lot of these American songs. Anyway, I'm just giving an example of how you can write a blog and get them published on the social media. Here's another one about India's oil imports, managing ties with US and Russia. So these are all different topics which we cover in plus I also cover medical topics in a video format. So you get the idea. So just using one blog, you can create customized article for each topic. I created like 3 blogs just today. And I hope this has been useful to you, educational, and has given enough ideas for you to start writing your own blog. And the important thing is to follow some of these guidelines. You can copy this and then change the wordings. And of course, this is where you need to put your paragraph headings as to what needs to be covered. Otherwise, you don't want to be a cookie cutter. Find the latest articles on AI in the last week. It will do it, but if it's the same format every time, it's not going to work. So I hope this is useful to you. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next presentation. Bye.